Welcome back to DeChain Daily Crypto News. We share the best stories of the day to keep you informed on cryptocurrency and blockchain related headlines and events. Today is July the 11th, 2022. For today's show, we're going to start Market Monday. So we're just going to go ahead and do a quick market update on Bitcoin and Ethereum, especially since they tend to drive the rest of the crypto market. We'll just take a look. We'll start there. So let's go ahead and dive in with a little Bitcoin. So here we have Bitcoin. I believe on today, really we had a close somewhere in the 19, so sub 20,000, which is not a good thing for those of us that are hodling, because you really wanted to see Bitcoin hold that $20,000 range. With it not holding there, let's just draw this little channel just to get a sense of where it might be. I mean, if we can hold that, that would be very, very interesting. We have a nice upward sloping channel right now, but again, we're pricing right here at the bottom. And you never know if it's going to bounce off of the bottom of this channel or if it's and go up, or if it's going to break away down through it. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. It's always important to look at history and see where we are relative to where we've been. So we spoke about this during the last market update, how with this red line is our current price, and it's sitting basically right on top of a resistance level that we had back in late 2020, November of 2020. So typically previous resistance becomes the new support level just because there's still buys and sells happening there. But again, we don't know how this is going to play out. So let's see if we can pull the same level acted as resistance back in 2017. That's even more interesting. So you can see that people have used this 20,000 area as a key guide to their trading over time, and it really is a bummer to see us, once again finishing below that level. Let's take it down from the daily chart to maybe a 4-hour chart just to see how things look, even on a tighter frame. We'll try and draw that same parallel type line. You can see I'm having to kind of flatten it out a little bit to make it even reach. So in that last period up, we did not get to the top of this, which makes me lean more towards the idea that we are breaking to the downside, which again, I try not to say the market is good or bad. It just is. The market is. So if this is a breakout to the downside, we'll find out soon. However, if we get a bounce off of this current level, that makes me very hopeful that this channel will continue. And maybe it'll be a grind, or maybe we end up having some news that points straight up higher. But as Bitcoin tends to go, so goes the rest of the market. And right now, we all are, everyone is basically watching the $20,000 range or level to see what's going to happen. Let's go ahead and just drop this even down to the hourly. What's going on an hourly basis? I can get rid of that previous channel, but this does at least allow you to see it a little tighter, how it all sort of fits right within that range. And you can see we did have a couple of hours of pulling higher, but at the moment we're working on a lower bar. We're just going to have to wait and see. But this, downward period over the last 3 days is not positive. But I do like that we had several, really 4.5 days of upward movement. So if this is a pullback, hopefully it's just a slight one, and we'll get some movement, some more movement up. So let's go ahead and put this back to the daily. We're going to flip back over to, sorry about that. I have to resize my charts every now and then. we're going to flip over now to Ethereum. So Ethereum is essentially the same chart in many, many ways. I can make that same parallel channel that we drew on Bitcoin. We can make over here in Ethereum. And for those of you who are not familiar with the software, I'm using TradingView. It's one of my favorite softwares, web-based applications for looking at the markets. And it's even more apparent as we look at this, that last upward movement a few days ago did not reach the top of this channel, which could obviously mean that we're heading lower. So, and of course, the same significance that we saw in Bitcoin with this price range, actually this price range is acting almost as support right now. And if you remember in the Bitcoin chart, the current price range had acted as resistance back in November of 2020. And now instead we're seeing where in Ethereum, it actually was support in early 2021. So and that's going to be my only, wait, nope. It did come into play. So we blew past this area back in early 2018. So it's really interesting as well because the movements in Bitcoin predated or preceded the movement in Ethereum. It's almost like the Ethereum is just slightly lagging. But if I were to put them one on top of the other, which I did last week, let's see if I can easily do that again today. You'll get a sense. The orange is going to be Ethereum, and let me get rid of this channel. We are looking at the Bitcoin. So the Bitcoin is the actual chart in blue and in green and red, and then the orange is a percentage kind of a percentage of the Bitcoin move. So you can see for Ethereum, it's not playing out exactly like Bitcoin, but they are very, very similar. And even as you take it over a longer time period, Ethereum really did pop. It outperformed Bitcoin in many different ways on a percentage growth basis last year. So we'll see how that all plays out this year. So far, they seem to be, staying right neck to neck with one another. So my analysis of Ethereum is the same as with Bitcoin. This will be another one of those weeks where we are all glued to the computer screen, seeing what this means. Will the 20,000 range, even though we're below it right now, will the markets pop back above it and push higher? I like that we got up to 22,000 in Bitcoin this past time. Or will that be it for this rally and then we head on lower, as some people have wondered, especially with the consolidation. We saw consolidation in Bitcoin price here. Right? That was consolidation. Arguably, this whole period here was nothing more than consolidation. And then a fall, consolidation, a fall. So one could also say we might be looking at consolidation and a fall. But hopefully we will break out of this region or this area, current market range, push higher and start towards a stronger Bitcoin price here in the future, here in the near term. So that's going to be, sorry about that. That's really going to be it for tonight's show. For the market Mondays, tomorrow we'll be back with fresh news stories for you. So thank you as always. I appreciate you watching the video. Please do hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. All it'll do is let you know when I produce more videos, and seeing the comments always encourages me as well. So feel free to leave a comment. Thank you so much. Take care.